Today we're going to talk about how do I know if I'm fertile? And it's great that you're asking. A lot of people assume if they're trying to conceive, they're in the TTC process, that all they have to do is stop using contraception and they should conceive, otherwise something is greatly wrong. That's greatly inaccurate, actually. Could be that something's greatly wrong, but let's go step by step and find out what we can know at home through self-assessments about our fertility and optimize it from the beginning. Many docs will even go and promulgate the theory that if you stop using contraception and don't conceive within X amount of months, they will go to a diagnosis of unexplained or other infertility. And this leaves us in a position disempowered and fearful and doubtful. So what we want to do is start from the very beginning. If you're trying to conceive, let's look at if you are showing the signs of healthy fertility physiology. Step 1. What's your cycle length? Is it somewhere between 26, 27 to 32, 33 days? Most typically. Everyone can have an irregular cycle once in a while. Doctors are underplaying the idea that the length of a cycle matters, and it actually does. In many bits of research that could affect egg quality, and it could be a sign of some hormone imbalances if your cycles are not the regular length. So if your cycles are showing up between 26, 27 to 32, 33 days, this is a good fertility sign. Step 2, track your cervical fluid. This is what the cervix produces. That is the neck of the uterus right at the end of the vaginal canal, coming from the outside inward. The cervix produces different kinds of fluids at different times of the month, and the hormones are creating these fluids. Track your cervical fluid. Do you have wet, slippery, and eventually an egg white consistency of cervical fluid right around days 10 to 14? That's when we want to see this wet, slippery, and egg white consistency pattern. Do you see this egg white cervical fluid for at least 1 to 3 days right around days 12, 13, and 14? Step 3, use LH surge tests at home. They're called OPKs, is another name for the LH surge test. Do you see your LH surge right around day 10, 11, 12, even 13? Do you get an LH positive consistently? Just one, doesn't need to be more than one. These can be purchased very cheaply, so you can be testing every 6 hours. Step 3 is, do you see an LH positive? And step 4, do you see a BBT, basal body temperature, increase 1 to 4 days after your LH surge is positive? Do you see a BBT increase that is significant and sustained until you get your period? If you've answered yes to these 4 checks, you can be assured that you're in great fertile health. If you've answered no or I don't know to any of these 4 specific checks, then you have something to do to optimize. Maybe a little, maybe a lot, but those are things that we have resources available on the Fertility for Real YouTube channel and right here on the video blog. So answering the question, am I fertile? There's so much to do yourself and at home before going to any reproductive endocrinologist, GYN, or doctor who specializes in fertility and infertility. In fact, if you do choose, based on your own knowledge of your fertility signs, not just if you've conceived or not, but based on your own knowledge of your fertility signs, if you do choose to see any of these medical specialists, you will be armed with information and self-knowledge that will help you navigate what they offer and navigate the ideas that they propose to you for further testing or interventions, and that's an empowered place to be in.